The first step in preparing your overall contest submissions is to create a Google folder that will be shared to NCSMA and contain your completed overall contest entry form, your contest material submissions, and your individual entry submissions if you choose to submit any. Please name your folder as follows. Start with 1, 2, or M depending on your school size, where 1 is small and 2 is large and M is medium, underscore, publication name, underscore, publication type, underscore, school name. This folder must contain the complete overall contest entry form as well as contest materials submissions and any individual entries and will be shared to ncsmacontests@gmail.com. After creating the shared folder, it's time to now prepare your overall contest materials submissions. Please note once again that everything will be submitted electronically and we will not be accepting anything by mail this year. Any publication you want to be judged must be included within the Google folder containing your completed overall entry form and must be named with the appropriate naming conventions, which are as follows. Start with the shortened category name, underscore, publication name, underscore, school name, underscore, student full name with a dash to indicate spaces, underscore, the entry number if there are multiple entries per person. So if you were submitting yearbook entries for yearbook, it would look like this. Now that you have named your shared Google folder and named your files, you may upload them to the shared folder. If you need assistance in exporting files as a single PDF spread and/or a single PDF, please continue watching. There are different ways to combine spreads into one PDF depending on the type of computer you have and the programs you have access to. This half of the video will cover how to merge documents using Adobe InDesign, Adobe Acrobat, built-in Mac programs, and a third-party program. Before you begin, please check with your existing program and/or company to see if they have an export PDF option. If you have that option available, upload and export it, and make sure to name the file with the naming convention outlined earlier in this video. If you have access to Adobe InDesign and want to export PDFs as spreads, you may do the following. Open your file in Adobe InDesign and organize the pages in the order that you want them. Click File and click Export. Name the file with the proper naming convention and select where you want it to save on your computer. Then click Save. A pop-up box will then appear. Make sure the following settings are selected. Adobe PDF Preset, High Quality Print, Pages, All and Export as, Spreads. Once you are ready, click Export. Then upload the exported PDF spread files to the Google folder with your completed overall contest entry form and other contest material submissions if applicable. If you have access to Adobe Acrobat Pro or a free trial of the program and want to export single PDFs, you may do the following. Upon launching Adobe Acrobat Pro, click on the Files tab at the top left corner, then select Create, and then combine files into a single PDF. Once you select this option, you have the ability to select which files you want to include in the PDF. For yearbooks, you must include the required spreads detailed in the overall media contest entry form in the order that they are presented. After adding all the files you want, if you realize the files uploaded are not in the correct order, you can reorganize the order in which the files are presented by selecting the Organize Files option and simply then drag the files into the correct order. Again, please reference the overall entry form for the correct order that the files must be in. If the files are not in a correct order, the submission will not qualify to be judged. Once you select all the files you want to include in your submission in the correct order listed in the entry form, select the Combine button, which should be located at the top of the screen. This will then generate the single PDF, including all of the individual files you selected. Save the file on your desktop and make sure to name the file to the naming conventions outlined as earlier in the video. Make sure the option to export the file as a PDF is selected and then click Save. The final step is to locate the saved PDF, compress the file if necessary, and then upload it to the Google folder with your completed overall contest entry form and other contest material submissions if applicable. If you have access to Adobe Acrobat Pro or a free trial of the program and want to export PDF spreads, you may do the following. Launch Adobe Acrobat Pro and open the file that you want to convert into a spread. You will have already needed to export all the files you want into a single PDF, which was just explained. Once you have opened the PDF file, select File and click Properties. The Document Properties pop-up window will open. Click on the Initial View tab. Under Page Layout, select To Up Continuous Cover Page. Once that is selected, click OK. Then select File and Save As, and save your file with the appropriate naming convention to your desktop. The file will now have been exported as a PDF spread. Upload the file to the Google folder with your completed overall contest entry form and other contest materials submissions if applicable. Note: the option to export as a single PDF or as a PDF spread through Adobe Acrobat Pro is only available if you are using the Pro version. If you do not have access to Adobe Acrobat Pro, please continue watching for other exporting options. If you are using a Mac, you may use Finder and Preview to merge your documents into one PDF. Place all the documents that you want to merge in a folder in the order that you want them to appear in the final document. To do this, you can sequentially number each document so that they will be in the preferred order. An important note: all the documents must already be exported as PDFs in order for this to work. Once you have done this, highlight all the documents that you want to include and right-click. Select the Quick Actions tab on the drop-down folder and select Create PDF. Once you click this, a merged PDF document will generate with all the files that you highlighted previously. If the documents are still not in the order that you want them, you may open the PDF to view it in Preview. Simply then drag the documents up or down into the desired position and save. Once you have successfully merged and combined your PDFs, save the file on your desktop and make sure to name the file to the naming conventions outlined as earlier in the video, and upload it to the shared Google folder. If you are unable to use any of the previous options to export a single PDF file and/or a single PDF spread, consider downloading or using a PDF combining website or a third-party app that combines documents into a single PDF. Make sure to then name the file with the proper naming conventions outlined earlier in the video before you submit the files into your shared Google folder. Once you have successfully exported and uploaded all of your overall contest materials and the overall contest entry form into the Google folder, and if you are not submitting individual entries, please go ahead and share the folder to ncsmacontests@gmail.com if you have not already done so. You may either email us the shareable link or directly share the folder to ncsmacontests@gmail.com. Please make sure that you are sharing the whole folder and not just one submission. Additionally, please make sure that NCSMA has editing access to the folder and files. In order to do this, click on the folder, select the Share option, and select the Can Organize, Add, or Edit option. If you are submitting individual entries, you will also upload them into the same Google folder with your completed overall entry form and publications. Congratulations! You have successfully submitted your overall contest entry form and contest materials. For detailed instructions on payment, please visit ncsma.unc.edu/payment. For information and steps on how to prepare and submit your individual entries, please continue watching the next video in the series.